He's a contributing editor for New York Magazine. He's also the founder of the sports website Deadspin. Okay, where do you want to start here? The Big Ten literally has schools from coast to coast. Big 12 took essentially the rest of the Pac-12 teams. The Atlantic Coast Conference added Stanford and California. What is your biggest takeaway from what is the new reality of college sports here?
Yeah, I think a lot of this is going off the assumption, so much of this has been based on television money, right? Like college football has become such a massive television property that the people that are making the decisions are not really college administrators or even athletic directors. It's actually television executives. They want to see, they want to see Texas, UCLA. They want to see these big matchups every weekend, which sounds great because it's very short term. They just want the big hits. They want every big matchup. The problem is not only are you losing tradition, you're actually starting to almost narrow the sport a little bit. And I think the presumption that every matchup has to be big ultimately makes no matchups big. And I think what's going to happen is you're going to see executives kind of move on to something else, whatever the new thing is. We certainly know that the television industry is going through a lot on its own. I think in 10 years, the television executives will move on to something else, but the sport itself will be almost rendered unrecognizable.
Well, and, to your point, a lot of these traditions and rivalries are ones that go back, almost a century in some cases. And part of why they're rivalries, whether it's Michigan, Ohio State, Alabama, Auburn, is because of that regional, conference battle that they've had over the years. What effect do you think this is going to have on some of those traditions and rivalries between those schools?
Yeah, I don't think there's any question. Particularly, I don't think this is the end of expansion and realignment. I think the ultimate worry is for a lot of people is there's eventually just going to be two conferences like there is in the NFL, for example, which I think puts college football closer to what I think people will start to, if you take away the traditions from college football, it starts to become not college football. It becomes minor league football. and I think that's really kind of the issue, because I think that's the worry. If you put these two conferences, if it becomes two massive conferences, it's just football without any of the tradition of college football, but lesser than the NFL. And that doesn't even account for what it does for all the other college sports that aren't run by college football.
Yeah, and look, I played in the Big Ten, and, a lot of times we were traveling throughout our region between going to classes. And now I almost couldn't imagine going from Rutgers one day and then all of a sudden going across the country to play USC or whoever it might be. Now, from the school's perspectives, let's talk about some of the financial impact. I mean, what are they doing this for? What is the financial impact going to be for some of these schools who are now jumping conferences or, moving to different locations?
Well, this all initially started because of the financial situation. Particularly the SEC and the Big Ten have these massive television contracts. But as realignment has happened so quickly, it's actually become now less about getting a short-term money and more about just making sure in the long term you have a place. The best example of this is what we saw over the weekend on Friday, when the ACC added Stanford, Cal, and SMU. Well, SMU is literally not getting any money for the next 7 years from the conference, but they're so worried that in this game of musical chairs, they're going to be left without a conference. They're actually not getting a financial impact out of it. That's what's kind of started. But I think what's happening, you've already seen the playoff is expanding next year to 12 teams. Of course, the reason it's doing that is for more television money. The problem is ESPN and a lot of these other networks are going through all sorts of financial issues that have nothing to do with football and are not willing to actually pay some of this money. And so the first round of the playoffs next year currently don't have a television place to on television because they're still fighting over the bidding on that. I think there is an assumption that there's always going to be money there. But moving forward, I think the industry is changing in a way that the decisions made sense initially for money, but I think the pot is becoming maybe a little bit dry.
Yeah, I mean, and look at Oregon State and Washington State. They were left over, and between that and NIL, it's a different game these days. Will Leitch, thank you.
All right, still ahead, officials are investigating a death at the Burning Man Festival in Nevada.